And Parade Marshal Kathy Hawk leads the field out on parade for this evening's first race. Here they are. Number 1 is Especially Rare, owned by Jerry Timmons with Kane Kaufman. 2, Borealis Blue Chip, owned by Horowitz and Salibi, Debbie Rucker. Number 3 is Buckeye Bullet, owned by Walter Kaplinger with Dave Hawk. 4 is Melby Over's Rapid A Rebo and Jeff Fout. 5, 56 Chev is owned by Deborah Smith with Bob Harper. 6, Tricked Again is owned by John Sugar with Sandy Beatty. 7, Hans Highlight is owned by the Highlight Stable and Linda K. Bond with Brad Henners. 8 is Hathaway Rider, owned by James Dewar with Jeff Nissonger. 9, KF Cam is owned by Kaufman and Mogan, Scott Mogan, and the 10 is Coach John, owned by Lieberman and Connor, Chip Noble in the bike. Post time for the first in 6 minutes. Hathaway Rider, far back. There they go. And they're off. Off stride goes the 1, Especially Rare from the center of the track. It's 56 Chev who takes the lead. Buckeye Bullet just to his inside. Gap of 2. Tricked Again is third. 2.5 Borealis Blue Chip. Driving up on the outside is KF Cam. Next in line we come to Coach John, followed by Rapid A Rebo, Hans Highlight. And second last at this stage, gearing it up late there, Hathaway Rider is about 12 lengths behind, racing to the head of the stretch. Bobby Harper shows the way with 56 Chev. The lead is 3. From Buckeye Bullet in second, Tricked Again third, KF Cam fourth, opening quarter, a brisk 27-3. In front of the stands for the first time, still an open lead for 56 Chev. 56 Chev, Buckeye Bullet now tightens down second, bringing Tricked Again along with him in third. KF Cam races fourth by 3. Coach John underway the outside fifth. Borealis Blue Chip gapped at the rail in sixth. Cover for Rapid A Rebo in seventh, followed by Hans Highlight, Hathaway Rider. And the trailer is Especially Rare as they race around the turn. Half-mile pole bound, leading the way on a comfortable lead. It's 56 Chev. 56 Chev leads into the half in 59 seconds. Settled down on the front end, just 30-2 on the second split. Out of the turn and down the back stretch, it's 56 Chev by 2 lengths. Tracked by Buckeye Bullet in second. Coach John up on the outside, moving into third. Followed by Tricked Again, who's gapped at the rail in fourth. 2.5 more KF Cam being called on for more in fifth. Outside Rapid A Rebo not doing enough in sixth. 3 wide around that one goes Hans Highlight, followed by Borealis Blue Chip, and then it's Hathaway Rider. And trailing the field is Especially Rare. 56 Chev again extends to lead by 3 in 128-2. Around to the top of the stretch. 56 Chev, 2.5 lengths. Buckeye Bullet going to try to reel him in from second. He's gaining ground from the pocket. 2.5 lengths back to Coach John, racing in third. Gap of 4 more, Hans Highlight, and Tricked Again off the turn and driving through the stretch. And Harper gives 56 Chev Submerging, has got the lead by 2. Buckeye Bullet is closing. Late Paisel on the inside from Hans Highlight. It's 56 Chev. Here comes Hans Highlight with Buckeye Bullet and Coach John. It's Hans Highlight getting up. Then it was tight for second between Buckeye Bullet and Coach John. In a best 158-4, Hans Highlight, a 3-year-old bay colt by Noble Land Sam out of Alley Albert by Albert, owned by Highlight Stable and Linda Bond of Columbus. Brian Brown, the winning trainer, Brad Henners in the bike. Let's try 7-10-3, 4-34-20. Here they are on parade for the second race. Number 1 is Dino LaCastro, Siegfried Hanover. Jeff Fout drives. 2 Hathaway Henry is owned by James Dewar with Jeff Nissonger. 3 Falkirk is owned by the Diamond Chip Stable. Scott Mogan drives. 4 is Sand Power, owned by Bill Sanders with Dallas Miller. Number 5 is Precious Star, owned by Freund and Zoll, Brad Henners. 6 Cam Fast is owned by Glenn Thompson with Mike Wilder. 7 is Set the Magic Trap, owned by John Sugar with Sandy Beatty. 8 horse Sky High Rebo is owned by Melby Ober with Dave Hawk. 7 minutes until post. And they're off the 3. Falkirk took a bad step and gets away last. From the center, Precious Star takes the lead. Cam Fast alongside second. Set the Magic Trap out 3 deep in third. Siegfried Hanover gets away fourth to the inside of Sand Power in fifth. Then we come down to Hathaway Henry, followed by Sky High Rebo is looking for a seat. Falkirk is last. Around to the head of the stretch for the first time, leading the way at Brad Henner's and Precious Star. Precious Star, a length and a quarter from Cam Fast in second. Big favorite Siegfried Hanover on the move early from third. Set the Magic Trap is fourth. Hathaway Henry fifth. And the opening quarter up in 28 and 3. Passing in front of the stands for the first time, and Jeff Fout drives on with Siegfried Hanover. Siegfried Hanover, 1-9 favorite. He's got a 2-length lead now over Precious Star in second. Length and a half more. Cam Fast is racing in third. Two back set the Magic Trap is fourth. Gap of 3 more to the spread out second flight. Hathaway Henry, Sand Power, 3 lengths back to Falkirk, and Sky High Rebo is now last, about 15 lengths off the pace. Over to the half, Siegfried Hanover leads the way. Siegfried Hanover in 58 and 1. Out of the turn and down the backstretch, Siegfried Hanover by a length and a half. Being pursued by Precious Star in the pocket, second. Cam Fast third. First over on the move, Sand Power the outside, fourth. Set the Magic Trap is fifth by 2. Hathaway Henry sixth, a length and a half. Falkirk seventh, followed by Sky High Rebo. And on the outside, backing up is Hathaway Henry. Hathaway Henry back through the field under the whip. 5/16 out as they head for the far turn. Siegfried Hanover leads the way. Precious Star second. Sand Power the outside third. Cam Fast is fourth. 1:27 and 4. Around to the top of the stretch. It's Siegfried Hanover by a length and a half. Precious Star been right there all the way in second. Cam Fast third. Sand Power dropping back on the outside fourth. 2.5 lengths more to set the Magic Trap. And the rest of the field is far behind as they pace through the stretch. Siegfried Hanover leads the way. Precious Star tips out of the pocket. Cam Fast trying to close along the rail. But Siegfried Hanover's got it. It's Siegfried Hanover. Precious Star second and Cam Fast third. 7-1 on the double, $20.80. Back to the winner's circle, Siegfried Hanover. First win in 2 lifetime starts, 156 and 2. A 2-year-old No Nukes colt out of Smiling Rebecca by Annihilator, owned by Dino LaCastro, trained by Virgil Morgan Jr. The winning driver is Jeff Fout, 156 and 2. Run down for the second race. Siegfried Hanover the winner. Hathaway Henry 7th. Falkirk 8th. Sand Power 4th. Precious Star 2nd. Cam Fast 3rd. Set the Magic Trap was 5th. Sky High Rebo 6th. Top down 178, 4, 2, 3, 5, and a 6. 12 minutes away from post time for race 3. Exact and Superfecta wagering, no changes. Here they are on parade for this evening's third race. Number 1 is Abnormal, owned by Nancy Buckley with Bob Harper. 2 is No Towel Needed, owned by Norma Gardner with Brad Henners. 3 Dash and Home, owned and driven by Paul Cruz. 4 is Beatty Towner, owned by Beverly Bushelman with Chip Noble. 5 is Prasher, owned by Tombert and Tombert. Ron Tombert's drives. 6 is J.R. Ritchie, owned by Ruth Barnes with Justin Hall. 7 is Neon Dion Bluegrass, owned by Chamier and Moment for Mike Wilder. 8 is Camden Radiant, owned by William Carruthers with Dave Hawk. 9 is Wildwood Jesse, owned by the Darby's Edge Stable, Bainter and Darrow, Jeff Fout. And the 10 is G. Sam, owned by Betty Lou Beatty with Sandy Beatty. 6 minutes. Pacers on their way to the starting gate. The gate is rolling. And they're off. Take a misstep on the outside, Neon Dion Bluegrass. Camden Radiant got backed up a bit as well, racing into the far turn. Also a misstep for the 6 J.R. Ritchie. Prasher comes away with the lead. Wildwood Jesse driving up the challenge. Gap of 4 lengths back, No Towel Needed third. J.R. Ritchie the outside, 4th. Abnormal 5th by 2. Neon Dion Bluegrass is 6, 2.5. To Dash and Home in 7th, followed by Camden Radiant, Beatty Towner, and G.E. Sam. Racing to the opening quarter, 26 and 4. Passing the stands for the first time, and it's Wildwood Jesse who works hard to clear the top, opens up by 2. Prasher back to second. J.R. Ritchie yet to find the rail on the outside, third. No Towel Needed, gap the length and a half in 4th. Abnormal under a hold in 5th. Camden Radiant underway the outside, 6. Neon Dion Bluegrass 7th. To Beatty Towner in 8th. Dash and Home second. Last G.E. Sam moves off the rail but trails the field. 6 in, 4 out as they race around the turn. Half mile pole bound. It's Wildwood Jesse leading the way. Wildwood Jesse has got command by a length in 57 and 3, just 30 and 4 in the second split. For Wildwood Jesse leads a length and a quarter down the back stretch. J.R. Rich to the outside second. Prasher's gap slightly at the rail in third. Second over moving in the snug cover flow. Camden Radiant is 4th. No Towel Needed hemmed 5th. Beatty Towner third over in 6th. Abnormal with clearance to move out in 7th, followed by Neon Dion Bluegrass. G.E. Sam's not doing enough, and Dash and Home is last. 5/16 out as they head for the far turn. It's Wildwood Jesse on top. Camden Radiant circling off cover in a second. Prasher is third. J.R. Ritchie drops back fourth. Beattytown on the far outside. No Tell needed, needs racing room. 1:26 and 3. Moving to the top of the stretch. It's Wildwood Jesse still by 2 lengths. Camden Radiant continues to close in second. Prasher continues to drop back in third. Beattytowner, Neon Dion Bluegrass the far outside driving through the stretch. It's Wildwood Jesse who leads at 2.5 lengths. Camden Radiant is second by 3. No Tell needed, late pace Abnormal, but it's Wildwood Jesse winning it by 3. Tight for second, late rush from Abnormal with Camden Radiant right in there. Horse by Yankee Kick out of Wildwood Melody by Steady Star. Owned by Darby's Edge Stable, Bainter and Darrow, trained by Virgil Morgan Jr. The winning driver is Jeff Fount. Back-to-back wins for Jeff Fount, 155 and 4. 9-1 exacta, $42.40. The Super 9-1-8-2, $1,830.60. Here they are for the fourth race. One is Ab's Inspiration, owned by Charles Miller with Brad Henners. 2 Hyperlink is owned by the Paint Creek Farms with Ray Paver. 3 is out. 4 is Newcastle Stables, Rigidorous and Dave Hawk. 5 Gifted Jade is owned by Huber and Huber, Mike Wilder. 6 is Sand on Fire, owned by Bill Sanders with Del S. Miller. 7 minutes until post. And they're off. Sand on Fire from the far outside takes the lead. Ab's Inspiration comes through to be second. Gifted Jade the outside third. Hyperlink, after a slow start, drives through to be fourth, and now he's off stride. 2.5 lengths back, Rigidorous trails the field, and Rigidorous has about 9 to make up at this point. Moving around to the top of the stretch, and Sand on Fire and Del S. Miller lead the way. It's Sand on Fire from Ab's Inspiration who closes up the gap and looks to maybe angle out from second position. Followed by Gifted Jade in third, 27 and 2 for the opening quarter. 3.5 lengths behind Gifted Jade, we come down to Rigidorous, and far back on a dead run is Hyperlink. Passing under the wire with 5/8 to go, leading the way at 4-1, it's Sand on Fire. Sand on Fire has got command by 2 lengths. With Ab's Inspiration now a patient second, Gifted Jade is third, length and a quarter, Rigidorous fourth, and far back pacing strong but well behind is Hyperlink. As the short field turns on the way to the half-mile pole with Sand on Fire in control, 58 and 1 for the half. Out of the turn and down the back stretch. Sand on Fire by 2 lengths. Ab's Inspiration drafting along in second. Gifted Jade sits the 3-hole. Rigidorous is a snug fourth. And far back trailing the field, Hyperlink, the 3/8 out. As they point for the far turn, it's Sand on Fire. Sand on Fire's led every step of the way. He's got command by a pair. Ab's Inspiration second. Gifted Jade stays in third, length and a half. Rigidorous fourth. And now Gifted Jade pulls the 3-hole. They're at the 3/4. Sand on Fire leads in 1:28 and 3. Around to the top of the stretch, Sand on Fire length. Gifted Jade on the outside, closing strong in a second. Ab's Inspiration now gap to length in third. Rigidorous is trying to come on fourth. He's still got 4 to make up, and 10 back to Hyperlink as they bend off the turn and drive through the stretch. Sand on Fire is under siege. Gifted Jade is closing in with Ab's Inspiration at the rail. Gifted Jade narrow lead. Here's Ab's Inspiration hitting his best stride late. Ab's Inspiration just nails it. Then it was Gifted Jade second and Sand on Fire third. Year-old Bay Colt by Jade Lobel out of NL Breda by Brett Hanover, owned by Glenn Huber and Norman Huber of Ohio. Virgil Morgan Jr. is the winning trainer. The back-to-back wins for Virgil. Mike Wilder, the winning driver, this time around 156 and 4. And here they are. 1 is Lasting Glory, owned by Donald and Virginia Mays with Jeff Fout. 2, Goodbye to Hollywood, owned by Sam Coben with Mike Wilder. 3, Joe P. Cadet is owned by William Doran with Chip Noble. 4, Ruffle Man Sam, owned by Charles Meyer with Dave Hawk. 5, Man with a Plan, owned by Roberts, Murray, Porter, and Smith, Jack Daly. 6 is BJ Special Star, owned by Randy White with Randy Tharps. 7 is Pure Hellion, owned by Moment 4 and Chamier, Ray Paver. The 8 horse is out. 9, Nuclear Eclipse, owned and driven by Kane Kaufman. 10 is Billy Sanders, Noble Town, and Jamie Dunlap. Post time at 6 minutes. 6 minutes to post. Stretch, and there they go. They're off. Man with a Plan is first away. BJ Special Star. Nuclear Eclipse the far outside. Lasting Glory gets away in 4th, followed by Goodbye to Hollywood 5th to the inside of Ruffle Man Sam. And 6, Joe P. Cadet 7th by 2. Then it's Noble Town. Trailer is Pure Hellion. Around to the top of the stretch for the first time. Off stride went the 9, Nuclear Eclipse. And the 5, Man with a Plan, opens up a 4.5 length lead as they move to the head of the lane. BJ Special Star 2nd by 2. Followed by Lasting Glory, Goodbye to Hollywood, opening quarter in 27-2. Passing the stands for the first time, and Man with a Plan settled down in the lead now, has it by a length, but here's Randy Tharps and BJ Special Star up on the outside to challenge. Jack Daly hustles Man with a Plan up and tries to keep BJ Special Star hung out there. That pair is 5 lengths clear of Lasting Glory in 3rd. 2 lengths back, Goodbye to Hollywood 4th. Joe P. Cadet is racing in 5th. Ruffle Man Sam 6th to the inside of Noble Town, Pure Hellion, and Nuclear Eclipse. Over the half-mile pole, BJ Special Star has the nose in front, 56-1. Out of the turn and down the backstretch. BJ Special Star by a length. Man with a Plan doing a good job of keeping them out there, but he relents now. A length and a half farther back, Goodbye to Hollywood on the move on the outside 3rd. Lasting Glory racing 4th, and Man with a Plan is all done. 10 lengths behind Man with a Plan, we come down to Joe P. Cadet, followed by Ruffle Man Sam. Noble Town 2 back to Pure Hellion, and 5 lengths back to Nuclear Eclipse. They're at the 3/4, leading the way. BJ Special Star a length from Goodbye to Hollywood, 124-4. Around to the top of the stretch. BJ Special Star the inside gives way to Goodbye to Hollywood on the outside. Then it's BJ Special Star now back to 2nd, rallying on the outside. Lasting Glory. Joe P. Cadet has 6 to make up on the leader as they drive to the final 8th mile. Goodbye to Hollywood now has the lead of a length. BJ Special Star is somewhat game, trying to battle back, followed by Lasting Glory and Joe P. Cadet. But it's going to be Goodbye to Hollywood holding on to win it. Tight for 2nd, either the 1 late closing Lasting Glory or the 6 BJ Special Star. Back to the winner's circle, number 2, Goodbye to Hollywood. 5-year-old son of Ideal Society out of Fire Ant by Storm Damage, owned and trained by Sam Coben of Lebanon, Ohio. Mike Wilder with back-to-back wins, 154-3, lifetime best for the winner. 2-1 exact at 21.60, $1 twin try, first half, 2-1-6, 11.60. Here they are for the feature. Number 1, Mini Miracle, is owned by Bob Sidley with Dave Hawk. 2, Strike Me 2, is owned by Keith and Donna Ross with Ray Paver. 3 is Terry Guillon's Our Goldie Low, Mike Wilder drives. Farther back to 4 is Mint, owned by Height and Cicatella with Chris Height. 5, Min Power, is owned by Bowl Stables and Dan Shetler Jr., Mark O'Mara. 6, Ditto's Jewel, owned by Malagan, the FLG partnership. Chip Noble drives. Chip Noble driving the 6th. 7 is Graceful Action, owned by Poppy Lane Farm with Jeff Fout. 6 minutes until... They're in the backstretch. 7, Graceful Action far behind, and there they go. And they're off and trotting. Mini Miracle from the inside grabs the top. Min Power driving up on the outside into second. Our Goldie Low looks for a seat in third. Strike Me 2 driving through from fourth. Gap at 3.5 lengths back to Ditto's Jewel, followed by Mint. And then about 20 lengths back to the trailer, Graceful Action. Round the far turn to the top of the stretch for the first time. And Mark O'Mara and Min Power into command. They've got the lead by 2 now. Back racing in second, Mini Miracle, followed by Strike Me 2 in third. A length and a half more, and we come down to our Goldie Low, followed by Ditto's Jewel and Mint. Opening quarter, 28 seconds flat. Passing in front of the stands for the first time. And Min Power leads the way. It's the Indiana shipper, Min Power, with control by 2 lengths. Mini Miracle tracking in second. Strike Me 2 is third. Length and a half back. Our Goldie Low is fourth. Followed by Ditto's Jewel in fifth. Another 2 more, and we come down to Mint. And only 4 lengths back to Graceful Action. Graceful Action has just about caught the field in the first half mile as they race single file over to the half. Min Power on an open lead. Min Power by 2 lengths and 58-1. Racing in second, that's Mini Miracle. Length and a half. Strike Me 2 is third. Ditto's Jewel swings to the outside, gaining ground from fourth. Our Goldie Low back to fifth. Mint picks up the cover in sixth, and 3.5 lengths back to Graceful Action. Graceful Action is the trailer, about 8 lengths behind. 3/8 out as they head for the far turn. Min Power, very comfortable lead. Min Power by 2 lengths. Patient Mini Miracle is trying to draw closer second now. Ditto's Jewel on the outside with 3 to make up in third. Strike Me 2 is fourth. A length and a half back to our Goldie Low and Mint 3/4 in 1:27-3. Around to the head of the stretch. Min Power by 2 lengths. Mini Miracle trying to gain ground in second. Ditto's Jewel the outside third. Strike Me 2 needs the passing lane fourth. Followed by our Goldie Low. Mint on the extreme outside, trotting through the stretch. Min Power leads the way. Mini Miracle is out for the drive in second. Then the battle's on for third. Ditto's Jewel, Strike Me 2, and our Goldie Low. But Min Power, with much in reserve, is trotting strong to the line, beating out Mini Miracle with the 3. Our Goldie Low third in 1:56-2. 5-1 exact at $25.20. The try 5-1-3, 119.40. And 3 of 3 in the pick, $384. Back to the winner's circle is number 5, Min Power. She trots her mile in 1:56-2. Again, track record for 4-year-old trotting mares. She's by Cummin out of Psychic Power, by Power Seed, by the Bull Stables, Batavia, Illinois, Dan Shedler Jr. of Cicero. Dan Shedler trains Mark O'Mara, the winning driver. Min Power with a track record performance 1:56-2. Here's your rundown for the 6th race. Mini Miracle second, Strike Me 2 fifth, our Goldie Low third, Mint was 6th, Min Power the winner. Ditto's Jewel 4th, Graceful Action 7th, Top Down 2-5-3-6-1-4-7. Outcoming 7th race, number 3 Bunny Scoot Scratch Sick, Exactus try, second half of the Twin try in 13 minutes at 8:59. They are on parade for the 7th race. Number 1 is Broad Grin, owned by Buckley and Buckley. Adam Rucker drives. 2 Gleaming Rev Rack, owned by John Finke with Chip Noble. 3 is out for 10 cc's, owned by Collins Almond and Collins Dean Collins. 5 Flapjack, owned by William Sullivan with Jeff Fout. 6 Quality Tars, owned by William Klein III, Dallas Miller. 7 Blues Away is owned by Trish Bischler with Brad Henners. Number 8 Call Me Leonard is owned by David Perry with Randy Tharps. The 9 is Rock Patrol, owned by Darby's Edge Stable, Bainter and Darrow, Mike Wilder. And number 10 Kenny Tomar is owned by Reed Long and Long, Jeff Smith. 7 minutes to post for the 7th. The backstretch and lining up. There they go. And they're off. Rock Patrol from the far outside cuts over to take the lead. Kenny Tomar is second. Driving up on the outside, Call Me Leonard into third. 10 cc's abruptly takes a seat in fourth. Gap at 2, Flapjack is fifth, followed up by Gleaming Rev Rack in 6 by 3. Then on the far outside, it's Blues Away, followed by Broad Grin, and Quality Tar is last. Around to the head of the stretch for the first time, and Randy Tharps takes over command with Call Me Leonard. Call Me Leonard from Rock Patrol in 28 seconds flat. In front of the stands for the first time, Rock Patrol on the retake, Call Me Leonard back to second. Length and a half back, Kenny Tomar is third, 10 cc's fourth, Flapjack is fifth. Gleaming Rev Rack first up from 6 with a strong rush. Blues Away picks up that cover, 3 more to Broad Grin, who's hustled up. Quality Tar, bid rough gated, trailing the field. Racing around the turn, half-mile pole bound. It's Rock Patrol leading the way. Rock Patrol on top of length. Quickly Gleaming Rev Rack on the outside, the challenge. 2.5 lengths back, Call Me Leonard now gap 2 lengths in third outside. Blues Away is racing in fourth, halftime 57-4. Third over on the outside, Flapjack with 4 to make up in fifth. Kenny Tomar 6 by 3, 10 cc's is seventh by the same. Broad Grin and 5 lengths back to Quality Tar. 3/8 out as they head down the back stretch. Leading the way, it's Rock Patrol a length, joined by Blues Away on the outside second. Gleaming Rev Rack took the big pocket in third. Outside Flapjack still 2.5 off the pace, racing in fourth, followed by Call Me Leonard in fifth. Kenny Tomar 10 cc's and Broad Grin 126-2. Around to the top of the stretch, it's Rock Patrol leading a length. Blues Away, under urging on the outside second. Gleaming Rev Rack not doing enough in third. 2.5 back, Call Me Leonard. Flapjack is flattened out as they drive to the stretch. And Rock Patrol responds to urging and kicks away by 3 now. Blues Away still closing on the outside, followed by Gleaming Rev Rack in third. But it's going to be Rock Patrol, 2 straight for Rock Patrol. Blues Away and Gleaming Rev Rack third. Is Mike Wilder, 8th win on the season for Rock Patrol in 155-2. It's up and official. 9.7 on the exact is $62. Try 9.72 to $16.80. And the $1 twin try was hit 9.7-2 in the twin 2000 to $63.50. The 8th race field on parade. Number 1 is Wow Wow by Ira Christel with Dave Hawk. 2 doubled over on by Joe Sabraco with Jeff Fout. 3 Alexander the Great is over by Claude Gendro stable, Randy Tharps. 4 Jade Swim over the Paint Creek Farms, Ray Paver drives. 5 Landshark Hanover owned by Falcon Action stable, Chip Noble. 6 Oaks Enforcer owned by Towering Oaks Farm, driver is Mike Wilder. 7 is Stoico owned by William Donovan with Dallas Miller, 7 minutes. And they're off. Oaks Enforcer from the far outside. Wow Wow from the inside, and the top pair quickly open up by 3 lengths. Then it's doubled over. Alexander the Great, Jade Swim, Landshark Hanover, Stoico is last. Around the far turn to the top of the stretch, and Oaks Enforcer and Mike Wilder drive on with it. They lead Wow Wow by 2. 3.5 lengths back, and we come to doubled over, who tightens down in third. Another 3 more, and we follow it up with Alexander the Great, Jade Swim, Landshark Hanover, and Stoico. 26-2 for the opening quarter as 2-year-olds. Pace in front of the stands. They're being led by the favorite Oaks Enforcer. It's Oaks Enforcer by a length and a half. Wow Wow right there in the pocket. Second, 2.5 more doubled over races in third. Alexander the Great, Jade Swim, Landshark Hanover, and Stoico. First to pull is Alexander the Great from fourth as they race around the turn on their way to the half-mile pole. Oaks Enforcer leads the way by a comfortable 2 lengths. Wow Wow is second. Alexander the Great first over on the outside, third. Doubled over back racing in fourth. Second over in the flow, Jade Swim is fifth. And 2 lengths back to the trailing pair of Landshark Hanover and Stoico off a half in 57 seconds flat, so just 30 and 3. Slowed it up considerably on the second split. 3/8 remaining, and Oaks Enforcer is now being prompted by Alexander the Great on the outside. Wow Wow gaps slightly, but looking to draw closer third. Second over, Jade Swim the outside with 2.5 to make up in fourth position. And then we come down to doubled over, followed by Landshark Hanover and Stoico, 125-3. Around the far turn, and Oaks Enforcer is still trying to shake off Alexander the Great on the outside. They are just about on even terms. Wow Wow looks to dive to the inside, racing in third position, followed by Jade Swim in fourth, driving through the stretch. Oaks Enforcer is all out to hold the lead, driving on the outside. Alexander the Great, Wow Wow at the rail. Oaks Enforcer is desperate. Alexander the Great on the outside. Wow Wow is off stride. It's Oaks Enforcer just holding on. Alexander the Great second, Jade Swim third. 2-year-old bay colt by Pacific Rocket out of Yankee Del Rey, by Beach Towel, by the Towering Oaks Farm of Menor, Ohio. That's the 5th win on the night for Virgil Morgan Jr. and the 4th win for Mike Wilder, 154-3. The 6-3 Exacta returns $21.60. Try 634, 94.60. On parade for tonight's 9th race, number 1 is Movin', owned by George Sharp with Randy Tharps. 2 Lookout Crown Magic, owned by Colors and Rice, Terry Groves. 3 Napoleon Sombra by Robert Smith, Porter and Murray, Jack Daly. 4 High Slapshot, owned by Paul Sweeney with Jeff Fountain. 5 Greg's Outlaw, owned by Dorothy Robinson, Dave Hawk. 6 TNT Hanover, just in behind, is owned by Beverly Bushelman with Chip Noble. 7 Scoot Bill is owned by Stidham and May, Rocky Stidham. The 8 is out, the 9 is Smooth Mike by Not to Worry Stable and Echo Pond Stables, Brad Henners. 7 minutes. The 9th race field is moving through the backstretch, and there they go. They're off and pacing. Napoleon Sabra takes the lead. Scootin' Bill up on the outside, second. Movin' gets away in third. Far outside, Smooth Mike is fourth. High Slapshot fifth by 3. Greg's Outlaw, TNT Hanover, Lookout Crown Magic is last. Fairly well strung out as they race around the turn on their way to the head of the stretch. And it's Napoleon Sabra leading the way. Movin' slips through to be second. Scootin' Bill forced to drive on the outside third. Smooth Mike is fourth, a length and a half farther back, and we come to High Slapshot. Greg's Outlaw is up on the outside, quarter up in 27-2. Passing in front of the stands for the first time, Napoleon Sabra with a challenge from Scootin' Bill on the outside second. Moving a snug third, 2.5 back. Smooth Mike is fourth. High Slapshot hustled off the rail from fifth, taking Greg's Outlaw right along with him. 3 lengths back to TNT Hanover and 10 lengths back to a struggling Lookout Crown Magic. Heads turn for the half-mile pole with Napoleon Sabra being flanked by Scootin' Bill. Those pair approaching halftime together. Movin' sits in behind, saving ground third. High Slapshot being called on for more. Second over in the cover flow, racing in fourth. Followed by Smooth Mike, who needs racing room, in fifth. Greg's Outlaw's third over, 2 back TNT Hanover. And then it's about 7 lengths back to Lookout Crown Magic, 56-4. Solid pace continues on the second split, less than 3/8 out. They head for the far turn. Napoleon Sabra starts to get clear now. Napoleon Sabra by 2. High Slapshot into second, Movin' is third. Scootin' Bill Labor is dropping back between horses. Greg's Outlaw starts to mount a rally, followed by Smooth Mike, who shakes loose. 125 flat. Around to the top of the stretch. Napoleon Sabra's led from the get-go. Has a 2-length lead on Movin' in second. Greg's Outlaw the far outside. High Slapshot. Smooth Mike is third back at the rail and yet to fire as they drive through the final 8th mile. It's Napoleon Sabra on top. Greg's Outlaw is charging down the center. Napoleon Sabra all out. Greg's Outlaw coming to him on the outside. Greg's Outlaw getting up. Napoleon Sabra's second. Tight for third. Looked like the 4 High Slapshot over the 1 Movin'. The 9th race is now official. 5-3 exact to $23.60. Try 5-3-4, 60-80. Back in the winner's circle of 5, Greg's Outlaw. Third win on the season. 3-year-old bay colt by Noble Land Sam out of Twinkle Twinkle by Jockey Hanover. Owned by Dorothy Robinson of Cincinnati. Donald Robinson trains. Dave Hawk, the winning driver, in 1:55, tying a lifetime best. Here they are on the track for this evening's 10th race. Number 1 is Sandman Scooter, owned by Weatherby and Shelton, Randy Tharps. 2, it's Carl again, owned by Carl Harness with Dave Hawk. 3, Van Cruz, owned by Tommy Lee Smith, make the driver Brad Henners. 4, Brig Z, owned by William Carruthers with Mike Wilder. 5, Nitrolison is owned by David Glasscock with Dallas Miller. 6 horses out. 7 is Jim Carew, owned by Ben Kenny with Rocky Stidham. 8 is One Step at a Time, owned by Connie Peterman with Terry Groves. 9, Downwind Penske is owned by Arthur Gillum with Art Gillum Jr. And the 10 is Mark Set Go by Larry Fullen with Jeff Fout. 7 minutes to post time. Here's your rundown for the 9th. Move In was fourth. Lookout Crown Magic eighth. They're in the backstretch, and there they go. And they're off. It's Carl again from the inside, leaves well far outside. Both Jim Carew and Downwind Penske are up close. Sandman Scooter gets away in fourth. Gap of 2, and we come to Van Cruz, followed by Mark Set Go to the inside of Brig Z. Another length farther back to Nitrolison, and one step at a time is last. As they race around on their way to the top of the stretch, and Rocky takes over with Jim Carew and quickly opens up by 4. Downwind Penske driving up on the outside into second. It's Carl again is back to third as they pass the opening quarter in 28 seconds flat. In front of the stands for the first time, and Jim Carew leads the way. It's Jim Carew, Downwind Penske. It's Carl again is out early. 3.5 lengths back, Sandman Scooter is racing in fourth. Van Cruz is fifth, looking to swing to the outside, followed by Mark Set Go, who's going to pick up the cover of Van Cruz. 2 lengths behind Mark Set Go, we come down to Brig Z. 3.5 lengths back to the Trillers, Nitrolison, and one step at a time. Over to the half-mile pole, Jim Carew on an open lead. Jim Carew by 3. It's Carl again, Downwind Penske. Outside Van Cruz into fourth, 56 and 4. Along the inside, that's Sandman Scooter hemmed in fifth. Alongside, moving up from sixth position, is Mark Set Go. That one is a length and a half clear of Brig Z, who was brought off the rail. Then 5 lengths back to Nitrolison, and one step at a time, who've trailed throughout. 15 lengths separate front to back, and they're 5/16 out as they head for the far turn. It's Jim Carew on top by 2 lengths. It's Carl again trying to draw closer second, 2.5 more, and we come to Van Cruz racing in third. Up on the outside, Mark Set Go is fourth. He's still got 4.5 to make up, though. 3/4 in 1:26 and 2. Around to the head of the lane, Jim Carew leads the way. It's Carl again's going to try to close in the stretch second, 2.5 lengths back to Van Cruz, followed by Mark Set Go as they drive to the final 8th mile. It's still Jim Carew getting some urging. He leads by 2. It's Carl again is racing in second, going to try to run him down. 5 back to Mark Set Go and Van Cruz, but Jim Carew is game, and Jim Carew takes the nightcap. It's Carl again, Mark Set Go, and Van Cruz fourth. 7-year-old Bay Gelding by Lake Hills Jeb out of Roberta by Sermo Hanover. Owned by Ben Kenny of Santa Monica, California. Rocky Stidham trains and drives 156 and 3. 7-2 exact of $31.80. Super 7-2 10-3, $335.60. 3 of 3 in the pick, $3, $15.20.